Hi,
Hey,
Abe.
Doris. How are you?
Baruch Hashem.
Good.
What about yourself?
Yeah, okay. Okay. A little cold, but nothing serious.
Okay.
No, it's supposed to be at 8:30, you know?
That's what he said, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. Uh, yeah.
Are you going to the B'nai Kiva event tomorrow night?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. How about you?
I'm planning to go.
That's great.
I think we're going to have Daf Yomi early.
Oh, that's great. Let's see. Yeah. Wow. Trying to get all this notes done for the hospital. What daf is he doing tonight? 96?
97.
97?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Let's, let's see. Good, good. Abe, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. He may not be able to do it tonight.
I don't know. Oh, 8:45.
We call it, right?
Hmm?
At 8:45, we'll call it.
Well, he sent an email.
Oh, he sent a note to you?
Well, to everybody, but
Yeah.
8:45. Okay.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Good, Mario.
So far, so good.
Okay. I mean, I suppose you saw the message Ernie left because I sent three today changing the time. So the last one I did. Jorge,
Buenas noches.
buenas noches. ¿Cómo está?
Good, I'm good. I'm good. We were
That's
talking
good.
with Dave if we were gonna be able to see and go to Bnei Akiva tomorrow night, but unfortunately, I don't think I will.
Ah, ya más no.
Yeah.
¿En dónde lo hacen?
Hey, where are they doing it tomorrow?
At
Where?
the Eula.
At Eula?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boys,
I have.
Eula?
boys Eula.
Yeah. Okay.
Was there last year. It was very nice.
Senor Harold,
Hello, hello. There you are.
Harold, your son was in shul this morning.
He was?
Yeah,
Was he davening or talking?
yeah. He was talking to God.
Okay. Ah,
oh, Marius here.
Mario, finally, Mario, the real Mario. Please stand up.
We are the Marius brothers.
97 Menachos.
Mhm.
That
Well,
exactly.
Ernie, by the way, when you send the videos, why don't you write down what daf it is?
It's listed on it.
No, it's not. It's not. That's why I'm asking. So it's not. I don't have a problem because I'm basically almost every day as a shia, but somebody wants to.
Usually in my past here, Menachos 93 Daf Doc. It does have the title. Some of them does not. Must be something that the Zoom is doing differently.
The majority don't have it, Ernie.
Yeah, look here. Menachos 89, Menachos 86, Menachos 81, Menachos 80, Menachos 79. So I see recently when it's transmitting, it's not transmitting the thing. I don't know why. I don't put. I just say.
No, but the word Daf Yomi appears, but
Yep,
nothing else.
but in the past it would say Menachos 93 Daf Doc.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, look at the look.
I know, but I also noticed lately you are not put. It says Daf Yomi only. I mean, I don't care.
I do see today. Yes, today's that I posted. That's some kind of glitch with YouTube because I put it in exactly the same way as I always do.
Hmm.
So why it's coming out that way, I'll have to take a look.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we are dealing with the shulchan, which is a wooden table, which has gold plating. And we discussed yesterday whether or not if you plate something, it changes the character and it's not considered a wooden table anymore. So, and if it's considered a metal table and not a wooden table, Rav Yochanan doesn't have a proof to what he wanted to say regarding flat pieces of wood that they're not mekabel tum. So the Gemara has a different way. The chitema atzishitin chashivi v'lobatli. The wood that the shulchan was made with very expensive wood called atzishitin. And maybe when you plate a very expensive type of wood, it remains a wooden table. And it's not bottled. It's not bottled to the metal. When do we say that a wood table that is plated with the metal becomes a metal table, that's inexpensive wood. Aval clay mesametz chashivi v'lobat. But wooden tables made out of mismas wood do not become bottle to the metal. So then shapir. So since the shulchan was made of atzei shitim, which is a special kind of wood, it doesn't become bottled to its metal. El Rav Yochanan Domer claims samis nami botli. Rav Yochanan held that even if it was an expensive type of wood, it would become bottled to the metal plating. Mike Lememer. Then we're back to the question: how does Rav Yochanan have this proof from the shulchan that a flat piece of wood is not mekabel tum? And for the Gemara, shiny shulchan drachmona karye eitz. The Tanakh, the Psukim call the shulchan eitz. Shenamar amizbech eitz. Shalosh omesh kavar kosh time omesh mitzoisov lov arka vikarosov eitz. Vaydaber elai zeh shulchan asher lifnei Hashem. Pasuk in Yecheskel. And it calls it eitz. Now, interesting, Pasach b'mizbech v'sayim b'shulchan. It starts off by saying hamizbech eitz, but we're talking about here about the shulchan. So how do you explain it? Rabbi Yechon, Rabbi Lozer, Domer Tervayu. This is a very interesting medrash. Bisman shebeis hamikdash kayim mizbech v'chaper alada. When we had an existing Beis Hamikdash, human beings got their atonement through offering sacrifice on the Mizbeach. Achshav shein Beis Hamikdash kayim shulchan shalodim v'chaper alada. A person's table atones for him. That means, does he fulfill the mitzvah of achdasas orchim? Does he have poor people at his table? Those actions atone for a person like the Mizbech used to atone. Arbash snifin shel zov hayasha. We said there were sideboards made out of gold that propped up on the sides the lechem, and there were 28 rods, we know as well. Menonimim. Rav Kitina Makra. Pasuk, Vasisa ka'arosav, kaposav, sosav, umenakiosav. Ka'arosav elu tfusi. The ka'aros are the molds that they use to shape the lechem. Kaposav elu bazichin. Kaposav are the cups that they used to put the spice in. Ksoisav elu snifim. The ksoisav are the side boards that supported the bread. Menakioisav elu kanim. Those are the reeds that we said that the breads were placed
a long message
in order for there to be good airflow, so that the breads did not become stale. Asher yusach behen shemesachim benes alechem. The rods basically were on top, covered the breads because they were below them, they were on top of them. Moisiv Rav. Lo sidra konim v'lo nitilosim dochas haShabbos. Placing the reeds among the loaves and removing them was not dochas Shabbos. You couldn't do that on Shabbos. But if you're going to tell me that the reeds were deraisa, amayin dochas Shabbos, it should be dochas Shabbos. Hadar Rav. Lav milsi damri disnan klalam Rav Akiva. Kom locha shefshol ala soisim erev Shabbos, ain't dochas Shabbos. If the malacha can be done erev Shabbos, it wasn't doicha. Harinami after the lodachi Shabbos alayim. The reeds could be removed, like we learned yesterday on Friday, and then on Shabbos they removed the lechem, put new lechem. Shabbos night, Motzei Shabbos, somebody would come and put the reeds in again. Time of my, what's the whole purpose? Delola efish lechem, so the bread wouldn't get stale. B'chihai shiur lo miapish, in the short amount of time, from erev Shabbos until Shabbos, it didn't become a problem. Kiditanya. Ketza. How in fact did this work? Nichnas me'erev Shabbos. Kohen came in erev Shabbos. V'shtoimton, and he removed these 28 rods. Umenichin l'arko shel shulchan, they were placed on the floor next to the shulchan. Motzei Shabbos nichnas. He came in Motzei Shabbos. Magbir Rosh Shel Challah. There were now 12 new breads. They would lift one side of it, umachnis kanatachte, and slide a rod in. V'choizer Magbir Rosh Shel Challah. Then the other side, umachnis kanatachte, and he inserted 14 rods on one side, 14 rods on the other side for 28 rods. Now, there was a stack of 6 challahs. So arba challahs, the 4 middle ones, tzricha shlosha shlosha kanim. Each one needed 3 reeds. Ha'elyona and tzricha l'shnayim. There was nothing sitting on top of the top loaf, so they only needed 2 reeds. The bottom loaf didn't need any reeds because they were directly on the shulchan.
Ernie, did you get the picture that I sent yesterday?
We're in Daf Yomi?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Yeah.
Yes, I did. Let me open it.
Beautiful table.
Yeah, so it's
The wood
but
inside.
remember the boards, they're not showing the boards on this side. It shows the backboard because I guess otherwise we wouldn't be able to see inside of it. Remember, there were boards on either side.
Right. But they're showing how thing and there was space between and all
Right.
that.
Right, space between.
But it's a beautiful, they did a beautiful rendition of it, the way it comes up. No, it shows the boards on the side as it comes up. The lechem went into it. And it shows the rods. Shows how many 6 and 6.
Yeah. Okay. Tanan also. Rameir Oimer Kol Ama Shahai B'Mikdash Beinanis. An ama is from the elbow to the fingertip. Right? From your middle finger to your elbow. That's an ama. For a, and that was whether you're talking about a structure, a physical structure of the binyan or of the kelim. Chutz mimizbech hazav, except for the golden altar in the middle of the heichal. Ve'akeren v'asovev v'yesod, the corner of the mizbeach. We're going to see the sovev is the kohen used to walk around the mizbeach on the sovev, which was halfway up. V'yesod, those were amos of 5 tfachim. The other amos were 6 tfachim. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, amos binyan shisha tfachim. Any construct building the amma was a 6 tfachim. But every keli was chamisha. Rav Yechon Shnei Mikrecha Darshu. They darshan from the same pasuk. Pasuk in Yechezkel. Eile midos hamizbeach ba'amois, ama v'toifach. That this is a medium amma. A 6 tefach amma, it was an amma plus a tefach. 5 tefach plus 1 tefach. V'cheka amma, the cheka amma is the base of the mizbeach. V'ama roichav was an amma which is a 5 tefach width. Ugvula el sfasa, the border to the edge. Saviv zersa echad v'zeh gav hamizbeach. Now, Rabbi Yochanan is going to explain what we just learned. Cheka amma. Now, we're going to build the mizbeach from those of you who have the art scroll. There's a picture on the bottom right, which shows that the mizbeach was built we had this already in Zvachim. Outside was 32 by 32. Then you go up by a tefach, and it's now 30 by 30, and then it's 28 by 28. Like their squares smaller and smaller. So cheka ama ze yesod. That's the base. Now ama rochav, the width of the zeh sovev. If you went up another 5 amas, so now you're 6 amas from the ground. That's the Kohen would walk around. The ramp would lead right to the sovev. Now the horns of the mizbeach was at the top, but those parts, instead of being a 6 tefacham, it was a 5 tefacham. Rameir Sovar Zeu Ba'amaz Bas Chamisha, that the mizbeach hazov, not the outside mizbeach, was an amma of 5 tvachim. Hakol amos kelim ba'ama bas shosh, but all other kelim, the amma was 6 tvachim. Rabbi Yehuda Savar kazeyu kol amos kelim, like the golden altar, the mizbeach hazov, the amma was a 5 tefach amma, so all other kelim would be the same. Now the Gemara says, "Kosal kedak miyasod va'ad sovev ba'ama b'chamish begol." Right, the yasod was 1 amma tall. Then you went up another 5 ammas, and you had that sovev, and it was another indent. So that's now 6 tvachim. 6 amas from the ground. What does it meant that the base was a 5 tefach amma, and it was the width was also hachikama? Mecheka amma vad rocha. The amma bas chamisha. That amma was not a 6 tefach amma, but a 5 tefach amma. So the Gemara says like this: Goiva mizbech kama havi. What is the total height of the mizbech? Eser amos. Now, gentlemen, from the bottom of the floor to the top of where the grill was 9, and then each corner was another amma up. That's what it means that from the floor to the top it was 10 ammas. We're including the horns, and it becomes more complicated. 6 of those 10 amas, shis were bnei chamisha, were amas that were measured by 5 tvachim. V'arboi bnei shisa. The 4 up to the top were amas of 6 tvachim. Let's just do some quick math. So there was 6 of 5, so that's 30 tvachim, and then you had 4 of 6, it's 24, 30. So you had 54 tfachim, according to that analysis. And that's what the Gemara says. Mizbech kama havi in tfachim chamisha v'arboin, 54. Now, we know there was something called the chuta sikra. There was a red line halfway up that encircled the Mizbech. And remember, some blood always had to be thrown above the line, and some blood had to be thrown below the line. Now, if it's 54 tfachim, the halfway point is Esrim V'Shiva, 27. Mikronos vad soivev kamehavi. From the top of the horn until the soivev, we said it was 6 Esrim v'arba tfachim. It's 4 ames of 6 tvachim each, 24 tvachim. So, kama botzer lepagid mizbeach. So you're 3 away from 27, and so you're gonna be on the ledge, and you're 3 tvachim away from that line, 27 tvachim line, telasa. So you are 3 tfachim above that center line. And now we have a problem. Utnan. Chut shel sikra chogra be'emtza. This red line was right in the middle. Why? What was it used for? Kidei lahavdil ben damim al yonim ledamim tachtonim. Those bloods, like a chatas, that had to be done above the line. If you did it below the line, it was possible. The ola had to be done below the line. Therefore, remember, a bird ola, an ola, the blood had to be applied below. So, now, when we learned about sacrificing the ola sa'of in Zvachim, the coin would go up the ram. The ramp, at one point, you could take an off ramp to that ledge, to the ledge that's 6 amas up that you walk around. He would walk all the way around to the southwestern corner, to the southeastern corner, which is the first turn. He does malika at the back of the neck. Umavdil. He separated the head from the body. Umotzees damal mizbeach. He would squeeze the blood on the wall of the mizbeach. V'masolam atamiraglav afilu amas amaachas ksheva. Now, when he reached down and he did the squeezing, even if he was 1 amma below where his legs are, it's okay, because you're still above the mizbeach zchut hasikra. But right now, we said that the line is only 2 tfachim. If he has to go an amma below, he's going to be below the red line. And the ola sof, I guess, had to be above the line. Yet the Brisa said if you did it even an amma lower, you'd be kosher. So it calls into question how we've understood this pasuk in Yecheskel. Okay. So we come up with a different version. Cheka amma knisa. It's not the width, it's how you indent the yisod. Amma rochav knisa. And this rochav is the width of the yisod. Gvul al sfasot saviv knisa. So according to this, not like we said before, we said that the top of the mizbeach goes up to 10 amas. And we said 6 of the amas would be measured 5 tfachim amma, and the upper 4 amas would be 6 tfachim. So we came up with 54. But now we're saying that all 10 amas of the external mizbeach was an amma of 6 tfachim, and it's just the width of the base and the sovev. How much room did the kohen have to stand on these areas? Was only 5 tefach amma. But going up, basically you have 10 amas of 6 tfachim, so that's 60, right? That's going to be 60 tfachim, right? Mizbeach kama havale shisin. Pagad mizbeach kama havi. So then, if the mizbeach was 60 tfachim, halfway up is 30 plus it. Mikronos vad sovev kama havi, from the top of the horn, which is at 10, to the sovev, which is at 6. So you have 4 times 6 is 24. Esrim varba. So 30 minus 24. Kama botzer lepagad mizbeach. So hang on. 60 minus 24, that's 40. So you had 36. So you're 6 tfachim above the line of the chut hasikra, right? How much more do you have? 6 tfachim. So if you're on that ledge, on that sovev, you're 6 tefachim above the chut hasikra. Utnan. If you bend down and press even as much as an amma, it's still kosher. So you're still 1 tefach above the line, because if the amma is a 5 tefach amma and you dip down, you're still 1 tefach above the line. So now we've reconciled how we're learning with the Baraisa. However, the Gemara says, "B'mayukim to b'knisa." You've resolved it by saying that it's the indent, not the going up, but the indent that is 5 amas of the yesod and of the sovev and of the keren. Umi matzes mukmas la b'knisa. Can you actually learn that way? Vatnan. Now, the Mishnah is going to give us the square dimensions. Mizbech haya 32 by 32 amas. Ala amma, right? You go up 1 amma. The kanasam, and you go in 1 amma, right? So now it's going to be 28 by 28 or 30 by 30, right? And that's the yesod. Ala amma v'kanas amma, zer yesod, nimsa shloishim al shloishim. Now that is 30 by 30. But if this width of the yesod is not a 6 tefach amma, but a 5 tefach amma, shloishim ushnei tefachim havi. Then, really, the mizbeach at that point is 30 and 2 tefachim on each side. It's not 30 by 30 because it's this extra tefach. The su, another problem, Allah chamish v'kanisam. You go up another 5 amas and you indent another, and now you have 28 by 28. That's the sovev that the coin walks around. Ninsa esrim u'shmona l'esrim u'shmona. But again, if this indent is a 5 tefach amma, not a 6 tefach amma, it's not 28 by 28. It's esrim u'shmona v'arba tefachim avi. Now, maybe you'll say it's an arithmetic rounding up. Listen, 2 tefach, 4 tefach is not an amma, so the Mishnah doesn't count it. So that's not correct, because what does it say? Mekom kronis amma mizeh v'amma mizeh. Each horn was an amma by an amma. So the square on top of the mizbeach, within where the horns were, nimsar esrim v'sheish al esrim v'sheish, 26 by 26 ounces. But if it's a 5 tefach amma for the keren, it's esrim u'sheva hav. It's not 26 by 26, it's 27. And that's a full amma. You can't round that up. So the Gemara says Lo Doc. It's not precise. However, the Mishnah Gemara says Makom Yilach Raglei Kohanim. When the Kohanim walked, Amma mizeh v'amma mizeh. There was on top of the mizbech an amma wide like band, where until you got to the horn. Nimsa esrim v'arba al esrim v'arba. So inside there was 24 by 24. And then there was a place where they put the grill. And it would not be, if based on the fact that the indentations of the base and the soviv and the keren were 5 tefach amas, the makam ha'maracha was esrim v'chamisha avi, and not 24. Maybe you'll answer me, the Mishnah is not being precise. Baksiv. Variel shtemesrei orech v'shtemesrei rochav ravua. The area of the grill was 12 by 12. Yachol Sheno El Shtei Esrei Shtei Esrei. Kishomer El Arbos Revoisov, to each of the four corners. From the center of the Mizbeach, you measure 12 amas to each side. So the area of the grill was 24 by 24 square. So it's not that's low dock, it's written very dock. Maybe 6 of the original 32 amas of the Mizbeach were measured with the yam of 5 tvachim. And then it comes out that we're correct with our numbers. Imkain Rav Chala Azara. Comes out that the measurement of the Azara is going to be longer than we know. It's not. Famous Mishnah we're going to learn again in Masechta Midos. Kol Azara Isa Orech 187. The length of the Azara was 187 amas. Al Rochav 135 by 135. Mimizrach Lamayrav 187. East to west 187. Makam Drisas Ragli Yisrael Achad Esrei. A regular Pashat Yisrael could walk the first 11 only. Makam Drisas Ragli Kohanim Achas Esrei Amma. Then you have the Kohanim, 11 amas. That brings us to the beginning of the Mizbeach. Then on Mizbeach, Shloshim Ushtayim, 32. So let's keep track. 11 plus 11 is 22. Plus 32, so that's 54. Then Bein Ulam v'la Mizbeach Esrim Ushtayim Mama. The space between the Mizbeach and the antechamber was 22. So we have 54 plus 22, 76. Ha'hechol mea amma. Then you got to the hechol, which is 100. So 176. So achad esrei amma achrei beis hakaporos. Behind the hechol was 11. So you have 187. Now, if you tell me the dimensions of the Mizbech was not 32 by 32, but 31 by 31, then this whole Mishnah is not correct. So the Gemara now gives us the final interpretation of the pasuk in Yechezkel. This we're going to save for tomorrow. Now, gentlemen, tomorrow I would suggest we learn at 5 o'clock. Because 6 o'clock is a Yom Ha'atzmaut celebration at Eula. We're also not going to do the Tsurba tomorrow. We're going to do the Tsurba Wednesday night. So Mario, you'll send the information. The daf tomorrow at 5, Tsurba Wednesday night.
I did, all right. Okay.